If a journalist is killed and nothing happens and there's no accountability, you can devolve into, an authoritarian state. If the journalists become too scared to report on power, you don't know what the truth is.
Niečo zlé je pod povrchom, niečo zlé je v samých základoch nášho štátu.
My name is Matt Sarnecki. I'm the director of The Killing of a Journalist, which is a story of the murder of Ján Kuciak, an investigative journalist in Slovakia in 2018, alongside his fiancée, Martina Kušnírova. I always like to describe it as almost two stories at one. One, in a classical sense, it's like a true crime thriller that looks into who committed the murder, and at the same time we're talking about the political situation in Slovakia.
We knew that the country is corrupted. The judges, the police,
Supreme Court, Constitutional Court, all these positions were completely in hands of this mafia type of system that these oligarchs created.
It's cliche to say, but sometimes films come to you, and I would say this film came to me. I didn't plan to make a movie at this point, but a year and a half after the murder, the case file, the 70 terabyte case file, which had all the police's evidence and the phones of the alleged mastermind, were leaked to the journalist Pavla Holcova, who in turn leaked it to me. Shared it with me. And at that point I realized we had kind of a blueprint of what a corrupt, captured state would look like.
I believe 100% Marian Kočner ordered the murder of Ján Kuciak.
Ján Kuciak wrote extensively about his economic criminal activity.
Lebo veľmi píšeš o veľmi zlých ľudí a ja sa veľmi bojím o teba.
Ale môžete si byť istí, že začnem sa vám osobne, začnem pán Kuciak špeciálne venovať.
A to je výhražka?
No lebo vám to hovorím, pokojne vám to hovorím, začnem sa venovať špeciálne. Vám, vašej osobe, vašej matke, vašmu otcovi a vašim súrode. Ako náhle
Of course, I tried to get an interview with Kočner. Allegedly, Kočner said yes. So Kočner's lawyer agreed to participate in the documentary. And he said he spoke with Kočner, who agreed to it, but we had to send letters to the penitentiary heads. And the heads of the penitentiary referred it to judges who I think were in the Supreme Court, who said, no, we could not communicate with him because they were worried during the ongoing trial for some other frauds that he might try to communicate with the outside world, and they turned down our request for an interview.
Máji roku 2018, 5. mája mala byť svadba. Miesto svadby bol pohřeb.
There was very little existing imagery or video of Ján and Martina, and we wanted to show who they were human, and we couldn't do this very well through just the few images that we had. But I feel you really get to kind of understand who they are through their parents and their families, about how sweet and loving they were.
Hrdí na svojich kolegov novinárov a novinárky, ktorí Jánov odkaz pochopili, ale ani tí najodvážnejší novinári nie sú sami spasiteľmi demokracie.
I like to defer to what Pavla Holcova, the protagonist, says in the film. She says, I'm 100% sure he's guilty, but I'm not sure there's enough evidence to put someone away for a lifetime. I mean, my only hope in the end is that there is justice, and that, I developed a relationship with the families and the people around Ján pretty extensively, and I want them to have a feeling of justice at the end. I think it's important for Slovakia to feel that, they've matured and they've done this properly.